Hi, I'm Lois and welcome to Morco Studios, and today we're making the DEMI Boxy Bag. These bags come in 3 sizes, small, medium and large. The pattern includes the cut-in templates, a detailed step-by-step written tutorial with colour photographs on how to make these pouches and a full supply list. I will include a link to purchase the pattern in the description box below the video. In this video, I'll be making the medium DEMI Boxy Bag. Using the templates provided in the pattern, cut out the pattern pieces in your chosen fabrics and apply interfacing to the wrong sides of both main body A exterior pieces. The medium and large bags need to be cut on the fold. To do this, fold your fabric in half and then align the place on fold edge of the paper template with the folded edge of your folded fabric. Do not cut along the folded edge. Once the fabric is cut out and opened up like you would open a book, it will be the correct shape and size. Follow the steps to make both tabs. Take your zipper pull tab piece and fold it in half and press. Reopen, then fold the raw edges towards the centre crease. Then refold the whole thing in half and press again. Finally, top stitch the long sides to keep the pull together. When top stitching, I like to use a slightly longer stitch length. Here I am using size 4. Set finished tabs aside. Take one of your exterior fabric pieces right side up, then place your zipper wrong side up and align it along the top edge. Ensure that the zipper is central, then pin it into place. Put on your zipper foot and guide the edge of the zipper foot with the raw edges of the zipper to ensure you don't sew the zipper in too tightly. When you reach the zipper pull, keep your needle down, raise the presser foot, gently slide the zipper pull out of the way, then lower the presser foot and continue sewing. With your exterior fabric piece right side up, place one of your lining pieces wrong side up and align it along the top edge. Ensure that the lining is central, then pin it into place. With your zipper foot on, guide the edge of the zipper foot with the raw edges of the zipper and lining to ensure you don't sew the zipper in too tightly. Again, when you reach the zipper pull, keep your needle down. Raise the presser foot, gently slide the zipper pull out of the way, then lower the presser foot and continue sewing. Fold both of your fabric pieces over so that the wrong sides are touching each other. Press down with your fingers to flatten the fold. And then top stitch just below the zipper, roughly 0.3 centimetre or 1/8 of an inch. This will ensure none of the fabrics will get stuck in the zipper when the pouch is in use. When top stitching, I like to use a slightly longer stitch length. Here I am using size 4. We are now going to repeat these steps with the other side of your zipper, main fabric piece and lining fabric piece. Then you should have something like this. Here's what the lining side should look like. Trim off the overhanging zipper end tabs. Close the zipper nearly all the way, then tack stitch the open ends of the zipper, closed with a needle and thread. This will make the next steps much easier. Or you can knit the zipper back together. Tips on this can be found on my website, mulco.co.uk. Fold your zipper pull tab in half, and with raw edges facing outwards, pin it into the bag, centered with the zipper. Fix the zipper tab into place with a line of stitches. Repeat on the other side with the other tab. Open your zipper halfway. This step is very important. Then, flip the fabric layers over so that the right sides of the lining pieces are touching each other and the right sides of the main body piece. The pieces are touching each other. Match up the top and the bottom of the seams, then pin them together. Using a marker or chalk, mark a 7 cm or 3-inch gap in the middle of the bottom of the lining. This gap is important for turning the pouch out at the end. Stitch all along the top and the bottom edges, only leaving the sides open and the gap in the middle bottom of the lining. Make sure to backstitch at the start and end of each open side and the lining gaps. Here is a side view of how the pinned panels should look. The zipper should naturally curve up towards the lining. Press open the top and the bottom seams with an iron. Try and get them as flat as possible. Then fold your bag so that the pressed open seams sit centered on top and below the zipper. The folded exterior should sit on top of the folded lining. pin the open sides closed. Here is a second view of how the folds look. With a 0.6 centimetre or 1/4 of an inch seam allowance. Sew the open gap closed, making sure to backstitch at the start, the middle to secure the zipper and the zipper tab. Trim off any excess fabric and zipper, leaving a 0.6 centimetre or 1/4 of an inch. Reach into the gap in the lining and through the open zipper to turn the bag out so that the lining is on the outside. Roughly poke out the corners with your fingers. Using a pointed tool, insert it into the open zipper and carefully poke the corners out so they are nice and neat. It's best to do this step little by little so you don't accidentally poke a hole through your bag. Next, it's time to pay our attention to those corners that give this bag its great boxy shape. Pinch one of the corners in the opposite direction so that it creates a 90-degree corner shape. Using the corner template supplied within this printed pattern. Simply align the template up with the folded corner of the bag. And then, using chalk or a vanishing ink marker pen, draw a horizontal straight edge onto the fabric. Do this for all 4 corners. Using the marked line as a guide, stitch across the corner. Make sure to backstitch at the start and the end so the seams do not come undone. Do this for all 4 corners. Here is how it will look once all of the corners are sewn. Cut the corners off, leaving a 0.6 cm or 1/4 of an inch. Now we are going to cover up these raw edges. Open up the fold on one side of your bias binding so it is flat. Then align it with one of the raw edges and pin in place, right sides together. Stitch across these edges with a 2 to 2.5 stitch length. Flip the bag over so you can see the raw edges. Fold the bias fabric upwards. Fold the overhanging bias edges inwards to cover the corners, whilst keeping the folded sides folded inwards. Fold the whole bias in half so that all the raw edges are neatly tucked away. You can pin in place or go straight to the sewing machine, holding the folds firmly in place. Sew the bias in place, making sure to backstitch at the start and the end to keep the bias firmly in place. Repeat the same steps to cover all 4 corners. fold the raw edges of the lining gap inwards and either close with a hand stitch or you can pin the opening shut and use a knot 0.3 centimetre or 1/8 of an inch seam allowance, so it will not be that noticeable. Turn the bag the right way out through the open zipper, using your fingers to push out the corners and smooth out any creases. If you have any creases on the outside of the bag, you can pack the bag with some spare material or use a tailor's ham and carefully iron them out. The final optional step is to tie a length of leather around the zipper pull, and then you are finished. I really hope that you enjoyed this tutorial and you are proud of your new bag. If you appreciate this video, please like and subscribe to my channel. To purchase the paper templates used in this tutorial, please follow the link in the description box below the video. The PDF pattern also includes a supplies list and a detailed step-by-step written tutorial with colour photographs. Your purchase helps support my business so I can keep creating more tutorials like this one. To see what other sewing tutorials and patterns I have on offer, head over to molco.co.uk